Afternoon. We've got Renat here. He's the Applications and Services Marketing Lead, Windows Marketing Team for Middle East and Africa headquarters. Basically, he deals with app development and ensuring that app developers manage to get a step up in their game to ensure that their products are viable, not only to the local market, but to the international market as well. Good afternoon, Renat.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
No, it's been a pleasure. We were part of the conference that you guys had where you were talking about a number of services that you'll be offering to the Africa in particular. Of course, my concern is mobile devices and apps. Can you tell us a bit about that with regards to Windows and Microsoft? What exactly do you guys have in store for us, and what exactly is on offer out there?
Okay, so first of all, let's talk about mobile economy, app economy. That's a huge portion of the business right now. And we need to help our developers be successful. We need to provide them with the tools, we need to provide them with the readiness, and we need to provide them with the whole ecosystem where they can monetize their efforts. Let me start from the very beginning of this. In the store for our developers, we have free tools. You will be surprised that Microsoft do sell some developer tools like Visual Studio. It is the best on the market, for sure. But students can get it for free. Institutions, lots of them can get it for free. And startups can get it for free as well, through some programs like BSpark. It's there.
Okay.
Talking about the readiness, we do have online courses. I advise to everyone who somehow touches IT, who watching us now, to go to microsoftvirtualacademy.com and be surprised that it has tons of courses, starting from IT administration, finishing with development of application, including Office 365, lots of stuff, and with zero cost. When I mean zero, it is zero.
Okay.
And it will be a great path forward to certification and to be really successful in the market. Talking about the market itself, right? Right now we have, something like 500,000 applications on Windows Store.
Okay.
Transactions are going over the billions, which is great, meaning there are lots of people who looking forward to receive some applications that especially important for the region or globally relevant. I don't like talking about like theory. I would like to talk about specific examples because that's something that everyone can relate to, right? And it's my pleasure to tell you that there are some amazing African developers that I personally in touch with. They are popular on a worldwide basis, and right now they can proudly claim one of the, let's say, top paid developers on the African continent because they develop for Windows. In Windows Phone. Few things about it. So a friend of mine, Abiola, a student, he was really a student like a year ago. He's based in Nigeria. He virtually had nothing as his capital start, like except education and except goodwill to go and change the world. He didn't have it. From Microsoft, he got the tools, the readiness, and the opportunity to shine on our platform. Right now, his portfolio of the games, he has his own company, by the way, GameSol. He has 10 million downloads across the globe.
Wow.
Which majority of them coming from where? I would expect Africa, but no, it's US. The guy is worldwide popular. He is a worldwide star. And be very honest, Nigeria is not the easiest market to do the business, right? And he managed to do that from Nigeria. I would love to see examples of like him popping up here and there. There are some, probably not that, visible like Aviola because we just got in touch with him early in his career. I know it's happening over more and more. And this particular movement being reflected in the market itself. Like, look, South Africa right now, Windows Phone there has position number 2 on the market share. First is Android, second is Windows Phone. And it's not iOS, it's not BlackBerry. And we're super glad that we allow our developers across the region to target such a meaningful market share and get benefit out of this. So The beauty of development for Microsoft, getting back what we have in the store, we technically have two stores right now. One is Windows Phone Store, one is Windows Store. They are merging, and we will have one store for our developers that they can benefit and monetize from it. So the way how you can monetize, how you get your money out of it. The advertising, in-app purchases, simply the downloads, how you get the paid downloads, as simple as that. Another differentiating part of Windows, this the option that we have for payment for the application, something called mobile operator billing. When a user is not required to have a credit card to make a transaction, but just can pay with his airtime on the mobile for an application. That's a big deal for Africa specifically.
It is.
We were pushing hard to make sure that this particular motion is landing here, because we know that credit cards are not that popular payment solution around. And right now, I proudly can say that Safaricom in Kenya has it, Vodacom in South Africa has it, Mobinil, operator in Egypt, has it. We're working on quite a few more opportunities, but even this changing lives of lots of people. And both, by the way, consumers and developers, because developers can earn more and invest more in their business, and consumers can get more without hassle of getting, I wouldn't say out loud some practices that people do with some other devices to get applications downloaded without credit card. It's not the right way to go. Here, we help economy and help exchange of good intellectual property between developer and the community. That's how it goes.
That seems all very interesting, and I mean it's a world that I think a lot of people are very much interested in. The truth of the matter is, even if you look into the Zimbabwean market, I think we've got a lot of young people. We've got a passion for IT. I'm not sure if you've managed to walk about maybe in the streets of Harare.
I did a bit.
You did a bit. Excellent. I'm sure you saw there were a lot of young men who are in the streets. Some of them are selling applications, some of them are selling phones, and they're trying to do all sorts of things. But at the end of the day, the real reason why they're doing that is to put money into their pockets.
Yep.
What do you have in place to identify talent or such potential, maybe where someone says, I want to develop, I've got an idea, I've got a concept, and I want to put it out there? The challenge I think I've seen with most people who I've come across who may have the knowledge or the incline to actually develop a product, they always tend to worry a lot about how am I going to get my revenue, how am I going to push my product. I know quite a number of people who are Android developers, a couple of friends also who are iOS developers here within Zimbabwe as we speak, but there's been a gravity in them that says, I can do this, but I don't see the future in it. What's the difference with Windows, and I mean, how are you going to identify and help these people? Because I'm sure anyone who's developed for Windows or Android can easily cross over to the Windows platform.
Absolutely correct. And it's not only migration path, which we have some very clear steps on MSDN site, on the developer.microsoft.com. Android and iOS developers can enjoy clear path how they can migrate their applications. That's true. What I would like to talk more about is the easiness of converting the idea of somebody here, maybe with not enough skills, which we have on the market from time to time, right? Specifically on in broader Africa. Help this person to get the skills and implement this idea, make sure he benefits from as broad a market as possible. The beauty of Microsoft platform, it's easy to build application for. More than that, Windows Phone and Windows 8, Windows 8.1 to be very specific, the latest version, the Windows 8.1 update, and Windows Phone 8.1, right now having 80% of core similar. And the application that you're gonna build, you build it with just once, with the minimum tweaks, it will work on two platforms.
Okay.
In shorter future, you might see even bigger overlap of those two, and you technically need to build once to benefit of the market of the smallest phones, the slightly bigger phones, like Nokia 1520, that actually runs Windows 8.1 developer preview, right over here, or Going through tablets, that's just an example of Dell Venue Pro, right over here. Laptops, big desktops, going up to Xbox, and this is a huge market. Giving somebody all the tools needed, giving somebody readiness to build for such big markets, and then help them to market these applications. That's actually my role within Middle East and Africa. I work with developers to make sure that they are popular in other regions. We do have sets of tools to just help them do this path together with them, make sure that they learn about digital marketing, they learn about advertising, and do some help from our side, just help them to merchandise this application on the store. So whenever somebody from Zimbabwe will hit the store button on the phone, he will first see Zimbabwean applications from the developers that we trust. There are quite a few programs, probably the longer list that we can talk right now. It depends on history of the developers that we're working with. It depends on opportunity right now with the country, but it's a quite long list. And I'm happy to give my hand to local developers, really talk to them how we can step by step make sure the app is not only on the store, but it's popular on the store. And as I said about Aviola and quite a few other guys from the region, they made through this step, but they made through the path, and they're extremely popular right now worldwide.
That's, to those who are listening, I'm sure you can hear that there's money to be made. I mean, let's be honest, guys. Looking at what's happening within Zimbabwe, we all need to move towards an IT-centric and an IT-realized economy. There is no need for us guys to sit and wait and watch other people making money when you can do the same. Harness the gift and harness the talent. I think definitely that's what we all need to do. Coming back to you, Renat. Android, Windows Mobile, and Apple, somewhere in the mix of things.
Okay.
You've talked about Apple. Sorry, you've talked about Windows gaining traction in the market. I mean, how much traction is it really gained in terms of the African market and the African perspective?
Let me again give you a couple of examples. In South Africa, the market share of Windows Phone started from 0.6%, if I'm not mistaken, and we just started. Right now, it's about 20%, and it's outsold the iOS. The traction is there. Yeah, I'm not saying it reaches its limit. Of course, far from that. The sky is the limit for these devices, and Nokia and our colleagues nowadays in Microsoft devices department, that they're part of the company right now, doing an amazing job bringing more devices on the market. No matter what, and I would like to tweak the discussion a little bit, because you mentioned this, that's important for you guys to make money, make them right now wherever the opportunity presents itself. And with Microsoft, we acknowledge that right now the market is very diversified. Right? We have quite a lot of Android devices. We do have iOS on the market. We do have even the BlackBerry. And of course, Windows Phone and Windows all together gaining share, and we hard work on it. What we can offer to developers even in this scenario, and I'm super proud about it, with Windows Azure, our cloud solution, this is the perfect backend for any application that can run on Android, iOS, and even BlackBerry. Talking about how you can use this cloud's infrastructure as a service for your applications, as simple as that. If you build an iOS application, on Windows Azure, you will find built-in feature to support push notifications. It's already there. And Azure, being a part of, for example, an SDN subscription or a part of vSpark program, it will be a free thing for developer. He can use this infrastructure at least for the time when he is ramping up his startup with zero cost. There is no server, there is no capital requirements. It's just cloud that's laser focused on helping the guys being successful with their development. More than that, one of my favorite scenarios of using Azure is development and testing. Because let's be very honest, to develop something is cool. It's like imagination.
True.
Making it work and making it work really good, lots of testing. And if you target global markets, how you can ensure that it works on this device, that device, and other configuration of machines which has low memory, high memory, it's just that. If you are just a developer that who would like to test it on every single device, you need to invest, I don't know, thousands and thousands of dollars just to have those devices.
Right.
What Windows Azure can do to you, for you, it can create automatically some virtual machines, loads of them. Deploy your application on each and every of those. Run for you the testing according to your methodology that you put in. And then submit the bugs back to your Team Foundation server, making sure that your developers can follow up on the bugs that they found. And this is right there in the cloud with no problems at all. No need to buy servers, no need to buy a bunch of phones. Just go and use it.
Wow. Definitely the Windows Azure is a product that many people out there need to try. And from what you've said, definitely I think as soon as I leave this place, I'm definitely going to have to try and log onto it and see how exactly it works.
Please do.
However, now coming back to what we've spoken about earlier with regards to Windows devices. At one point in time, Nokia, which was taken over by Microsoft, was the lead in the market. And yes, there were issues here and there. However, at the end of the day, certain products were not able to meet up with what the market was expecting, but we've seen a resurface of Windows phones, we've got the tablets, and all these smart devices have come on board. What exactly are you guys doing as individuals to push the products out there? Because definitely there has been a timeline between when you were market leader,
yes,
trading as Nokia, and now Microsoft has come in and you're pushing the products.
Let's be very honest. We are market leader in some segments, very straightforward. If you're talking about PC, yes, that's the home ground, and we're very proud and happy to help people to be productive, because we spoke with at this conference with lots of customers asking what they're running in their offices.
True.
That's still important. We shouldn't forget that this is the future. Yes, it is an important part of the future. We can't afford to not help people who are doing their daily business with the products that they already have. And they have a lot of our products. Talking about these devices, what we're making sure that those devices reaching customers as soon as possible, we work with the variety of manufacturers, multinational vendors like Lenovo, HP, Dell, you name them, big names. And we're making sure that they build in devices to speed up the process and show them how the beautiful devices should look like. You probably heard that Microsoft pushed out our own device called Surface.
Yes.
So unfortunately, it's not that broadly available in the region, but it's still a way to make sure we show the path to the broader community of partners, and we're very proud of doing this. Third, and this is quite recent, we recently announced collaboration with Shenzhen province in China, making sure that we in touch with the low-cost manufacturers of the tablet over there. Before that, it was like Microsoft wasn't present in this segment. And right now, more than 100 devices, 100 models of devices are available. And I'm sure it's going to be very relevant for Zimbabwe, because with the Go East policy, with definitely a will to look at this direction. I actually experienced myself when I arrived in the airport. It was very interesting to see the sign is in Chinese. I'm sure this float of not expensive devices will help to build the market share for Windows. And let's be very honest with ourselves. It's by their cheap or cheaper devices in a lower end, and it's just entry points for the guys, making the entry point easier for the broader community. However, it's Windows. And that's exactly what we talked about, because we have similar experience from the phone to tablet to laptop to the desktop. You can expect productivity, not only Angry Birds. It's far bigger game than just a nice children toys, which is also an important part of the business, but get me right. But it's the devices that will be able to help your small and medium businesses. We just had a session with SMBs here in Harare, and there is need to be mobile. There is a need to be available anyway. Work from everywhere. Where opportunity gets you just need to be there and take this opportunity. You can't take the laptop with you. Unfortunately, you can't work as much productively from every device. Let's be very honest with ourselves. Just try to print from some of the devices that's kind of popular on the market, right? I'm pretty sure you will have lots of issues. Yes. I keep referring to this one. I just like this device. This is Dell Venue Pro. Let me unlock it for you just to show it you that I'm not telling you any lies. This is Dell Venue Pro 8, and the beauty of this device, in spite of the size, in spite of the lightness, it is full Windows 8.1 Pro. So I can run here my Excel, I'm running here my Outlook. It's the full Outlook over here with the backend on Office 365 in the cloud. However, everything available offline right now. It can run OneDrive. It can run third-party applications. It has access to the store, and it's a full machine. However, I'm not limited only to the touch input to this one. For this little baby, I do have pens. I do have Bluetooth embedded, so I can use a mouse. And of course, it has the classic desktop, or if I need it, I can go fully in a tablet mode and do whatever I need with the modern applications. This is something that will be able not only bring the games or some fun applications, it's something that will make people more productive wherever they are. And it's their choice. They can use it the way they like. They have their application that matters to them. We're working hard with the local developers to make sure that this application is available on the store. We're working with the global applications to make sure that they're available on the store. Some popular applications like accounting for SAP. SAP has full sets of the applications for Windows 8 at tablet mode. They also understand that their customers need to be productive everywhere. They can't sit behind the big screen all the time to get the job done. In our case, Dell Venue Pro is one of those portals to the productivity. And it works perfectly with Office 365. We had a session about it as well on this conference, and apparently that's a very cheap option to get yourself productive and have the legitimate, fully productive Office on up to 5 your machines straightforward, with not an upfront payment, but the payment as you go. You can do it the way you like. And if your business would like to scale, so for example, you have 5 employees, and after that you realize the seasonality is such that you need to scale, our cloud infrastructure and Office allow you to add those guys on the go. And you have fully licensed environments, you have the server running there, and your guys with such devices or this device will be equally productive wherever they are. And by the way, if you don't need such a massive infrastructure in the future, you can reduce it with no loss of money. Other than that, the option for this would be to buy your own server, build something, build a little data sensor, buy the licenses up front, and then you just start with them. Right now, we understand the dynamics of the market, and we give this dynamics and productivity through both the cloud, the devices, and the services between them.
Wow. These devices are very interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people would be interested in getting them. My concern is cost and prices.
So let me talk a little bit more about this one. I got this in Dubai, and I don't have capacity to comment on the local prices because I hadn't been in the area long enough. However, I can compare it in Dubai with the other vendors with the other models. This, as I said, full Windows 8.1 Pro, the full-blown PC, tablet, and whatever you like, cost around $300. With the cost of other tablet, I mean, if we're talking about iOS, higher than that.
True.
With Android, it's not the same productivity, but comparable price, maybe a little bit lower, but come on, let's talk about Windows and the value of it, that your business will get a straightforward outcome. We work hard with local partners to bring these low-cost devices from China, expect them to land. I would love you guys who are watching us right now to check quite a few models from Lenovo. I actually love this partner of ours. Doesn't matter, I carry Dell, just one of my devices. Lenovo IdeaPad as the family, and I believe they're right now on IdeaPad 2, is amazing machine. It's thin, it's light, it's a tablet, it's touch, and it has the pen interface. All together, it's there, and it's available from Lenovo. And that's the beauty of Microsoft. You are not locked with one vendor who produced the hardware. You can choose whatever is needed for your business, whatever fits your pocket. Like literally pocket in terms of finance, and pocket if you'd like to put it in the pocket. You feel free to do so. And we keep providing this choice. And that's a big deal for Microsoft, making sure we keep the choice at the side of people. We provide the cloud infrastructure in the same way. You can select whatever is the most important for you, and Office 365 is a good example. You can enable services that are really important for you, deploy them, or deploy them later. The same for the devices. Figure out what will be the most impactful for your business or for your personal life, and take the benefit out of it.
All right. I've heard from someone reliable that we've got a new phone that might be hitting the market, which will be pretty much user-friendly to most people's pockets, if not everybody's pockets. Would you mind to dwell a little bit into that? Because I think, to be honest with you, when we look into our local market, the prices of our phones, to be honest, is very exorbitant.
Okay. So let's look into this one from the history perspective. Microsoft is constantly working with the manufacturers of the devices to make sure that their business is profitable and they can provide low and lower cost devices across the market. Good example for such a movement was for tablets. Anything that less than 9 inches will have Windows for free in terms of manufacturers. There is no license fee. So they can do it cheaper for you and for consumers. Same stories for the phones, same stories with other partners. We're working hard to make sure the entry level is low and lower. The more technology on the hands of people, the more happy we are, and this is very straightforward for us. We grow as a company together with the all-up economy of the countries where IT make a bigger changes. So that's our best interest. There are a few things from under Lumia brands that belongs to Microsoft nowadays that's hitting the market. You might see a Nokia X device at some point of time, and this is extremely kind of low cost, one of those that we have. Second one is Nokia Asha, A-S-H-A. It's there. And independently the operating system story for those phones is a little bit different. What I would like to underline is the services that people will get. OneDrive, ability to Skype, ability to use other Microsoft online and cloud services. That's a big deal. And that's our intention, to help people with whatever we can to stay productive and use those cloud services to take advantage of that. I will not be able to comment on specific phones and models that hit in the market. That's probably duty of my respective colleagues in the region. But I would say it's a good thing to anticipate from any vendor, Microsoft or not, to move forward. And I'm super happy. I was working for Microsoft for quite a few years nowadays. And this push in this direction in Microsoft never stopped. And that's a commitment to keep going.
Well, that's quite a lot that he's had to say to us. But I mean, in closing, I think what we'd like to hear from him is,